shift it back to the positive, right? So we had Michael Jackson emerge as a receiving target. Tahj Washington has been a solid self, right? Except for that one drop, but drops happen. He still had 7 catches for 112 yards and 1 touchdown. Bynum had a couple nice plays. He had quietly. I didn't catch this during the game. I know he had more than about a handful, but Bynum had 7 catches for 68 yards, and a couple of those were huge first down pickups. That one where he settled down in the secondary in a little pocket in the zone and just caught that ball on his knees. I don't know, somewhere maybe the 15-yard line or whatever. That later ended up in that crucial touchdown. He had himself a great game. That's the transfer from Washington. And then Travis Dye had 2 catches. Talked about Rice earlier. He had 2. Kyle Ford with 1, Follow with 1, and Lake McCree with 1. I was a bit disappointed because there's been a lot of people talking, and modern day people I know, telling me about Rayleigh Brown and what a great receiver he is. He had an opportunity. Now, for even for a wide receiver, it would have been a hell of a catch, and for a running back, is a heck of an ask to look over your shoulder and make an over shoulder catch. But it seemed like he went all alligator arms on the sidelines there. I don't know if you guys caught that one or saw that play, where if he just extends, it was right there. I mean, it was right in the bucket. He could have made that catch easily. And I think maybe, Tony, what did you think? Early on in that game, it seemed like they were kind of forcing the Rayleigh Brown issue. It's almost like we heard it in the pregame show, and a couple people actually picked them as their, I can't remember, maybe Jordan Moore. Someone in the pregame show talked about Rayleigh Brown. They thought that he would get into the game and make a big difference in this game. Well, it seemed like they kind of trying to force him in some plays. With a huge loss on one of the plays that they tried to get him involved in. I don't know. What was your take on Rayleigh Brown in the game?
He showed some amazing promise.
He looks like he's just
couple breakout plays looked phenomenal.
And he looks like he's going to get that. I keep hoping he gets that. I called it actually in this game to my dad that he's going to break one of those. He's just on the kickoff returns. It looks like he's just ready to break one of those things. And if he gets through there, maybe 1 block, 2 blocks, he was gone. On one play, if the guy had made a good block, he might have been gone. So,
I don't want to beat a dead horse and say that maybe if we had a special teams coach, we'd be more likely to break some stuff. But maybe if we had a special teams coach, we'd be more likely to break some of that.
Yeah.
But then again, I'm not questioning the coaches because we are 8-1, Tim. Our god-awful, terrible team put together with the broken toys and the Island of Misfit Toys transfer portal is 8-1.
And we're back. The offensive line's back, I believe, healthy, if not relatively healthy, very close to being healthy.
Close. Close. We still have one. When somebody's out, I forget who, but we're really close. I mean, guys, if any of you who are in the chat right now, and if we said at the beginning of the season, heck, if we said the end of last season or the beginning of this season, would you take 8-1? You would absolutely sacrifice one of your children for that. So don't pretend like, I see all you guys. I always knew this guy was no good. Blah, blah, blah. Guys, we are 8-1, and that is awesome. Now, so it was a little shaky when we got there, but you know what? Let's remember too, we were a little shaky sometimes in 2004 and 2005 too, especially against Cal. So let's take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah. What did we think? I mean, I think you said 9-3. I said 8-4. I can't remember. I don't want to speak for you.
I said 8-4, hoping for 9-3.
Yeah.
And we beat it.
Yeah. We're already there. Right. And with Colorado coming up on a Friday night, but I'll tell you what, you guys, if we don't blow the doors off of Colorado, I think we need to stop talking about this team being a Rose Bowl team. So, or a conference champion if we can't do that. So I think that we have one more game. I would be shocked if Addison or Gentry played, but we haven't brought up the Gentry factor either. No, I think that they were eating over the middle on us a lot.
Can we hold on Gentry? We got Alex right now, just called in.
If you want, or actually 1 second, Alex, let me finish that real quick. With the whole thing with Gentry, especially on the end of that game, they're having some success over the middle. I don't think they have that success if we have Gentry. I'm sure Alex will tell me that I'm wrong, But I really do believe that the intermediate passing game changes completely if he's in the middle there.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Tim. I think you're absolutely right on that. And let's bring our favorite Cal Bears. Oh, I just double clicked. Let's bring our favorite. Sorry about that, Alex. That was my fault. Alex, welcome on board.
Yeah. And just on SC for a second, they are as good as I thought they would be. I thought that before the season, they may be 8-4, but they're going to be a playoff contender. And where they are now, the tight loss in Salt Lake, if like I can't even really say that's like a big loss. If anything, SC is as good as, because I remember in 2019, I think SC went 8-5 that year, and so did we. But we had a few guys out, so we were playing man coverage. But I think it was, I can't remember the name of the receiver. It was, I don't know, but you guys just came in, just blew our secondary just out of the stadium, and I realized SC can be 8-5, they can be 12-0, they can be 4-8, but they have guys who can just go in any game and just torch, any team out there. But this season, SC is as good as they're as advertised. I mean, there could be craziness where SC maybe gets a peek at maybe sneaking in, but SC is as good as I thought they were. So,
even healthy, USC is not ready. I think it's a big ask, and I'm worried about it becoming so. You're a Cal fan, right, Alex? Mm-hmm. So here's the narrative: USC squeaks into the playoffs and they get just destroyed by Georgia, which they would. The narrative is, we told you, it doesn't matter if it's at Oklahoma or if it's at USC. Lincoln Riley can't win the big game. That's exactly what they would say. You could write that byline right now, because that's what it's going to be. And I would rather see this team finish on a high note. I do want the Pac-12. I think if we get healthy and we could shore up that defense, because for the majority of the game, I do believe we were pulling away. We were in control the first 3 quarters. That last quarter got crazy.
Yeah.
It just got crazy. Were you surprised that you guys couldn't move the ball better on the ground?
So here's the thing. So we've now lost 5 straight. And so first of all, I haven't been around lately because I actually had a knee injury. Otherwise I'd be tuning in more. But Cal has, like, we play up and down to who we're facing. Like, I get that. That kind of reflects a coaching staff that, I'm not gonna really get into all that right now, but let's just say that it's not been good. Okay. And so the first so up, what was it? So when SC's up 20, I'm thinking, well, like, are we just gonna cave in and you have the spread, the cover, whatever, and then we're coming back and then the onside kick. I can't recall the last time a Wilcox team ever even did an onside kick, and let alone recovered one. And so, and then to what you're saying, that's when things start to turn. And I'm like, okay, I haven't seen this from a Wilcox team. I can't recall ever. And we're running plays. And so that busted coverage was, we faked the screen and the guy was wide open. Like, I had not seen that by a Wilcox team ever. And then the final scoring drive, like the middle is just like, that's open all day long. And so everything on offense tonight, I have not seen, especially throwing the ball, like against Arizona, the last time we actually were scoring points this season, it was just all Jade and not all day long. This is the first time where we're just like, let's just air it out and, forget the run game. Although Carlos Brooks is actually a better between the tackles runner than Ott, I would say, because he could just go in and grind it. But we were just deciding, let's just air this defense out, and we hired away with it. And I was amazed because the great flaw with this team, our defense is okay, but if we get no help from the offense, it's we're basically on skates. But to actually see all that production through the air, with our offensive line as bad as it has been, because you see earlier in the game, like on the edges, our tackles, they're just getting straight up just like wrecked. I was like, my God, what is, how do we even have a chance here? And to see us just have all that success laying the game against, through the air. I know the defenses get a little tired, but that was amazing. And this is the first time again in 6 or so weeks where I'm actually looking forward to the next game, because we're still in a bad skid. I don't think we have to win out to get to a bowl, but for the first time, and again this season, I'm actually feeling okay even after a game like tonight. But well, they said during the broadcast, SC's given up like 1,100 plus yards the last 2 weeks, and I'm thinking, why are we not having success against a defense that's been chewed up like that? And then land the game we finally do, and the interception before the half, that was really the game. If we kind of keep it close going in the second half, maybe we have a shot at the end. But we kind of did. We did have, if we did get the stop, we could have gotten it back. But really, very first time in a while where I watched through the end, and it was entertaining no matter who you were, which team you were backing. But